Hi everybody, this is Simone with the Pleasure Plus. Today I wanted to share a little exercise on how to bring more pleasure to your hands and wake them up. So our hands are a part of our body that we are always using and interacting with, but we are rarely actually thinking about how we can receive pleasure through our hands and into our body. And right now, especially as we're doing social distancing, it is harder and harder to get our touch needs met. So this is a great exercise to practice at any time when you're feeling like you want a little bit more connection to your body and you want to drop into your erotic bliss space. So again, our hands have some of the most nerve endings in our entire body, aside from our mouth and our genitals. So they have tons of nerve endings, tons of sensation, and the way that we touch things, that also comes into our body and resonates with our brain and can help bring us into a more parasympathetic state, so a more relaxed, neutral, calm state. So usually, like I said, we're using our hands to grab things, to do things. Even when we touch people or our partners, we're thinking about the kind of touch that they want, and we're not thinking about the pleasure that we're receiving from our hands. So in order to change that and shift the mindset, you're going to take a moment and just start by touching your hands and thinking about how it feels to receive pleasure in your hands. So doing that slowly, and touching yourself as if you are a lover touching your own hands. Getting really curious and feeling the sensations in a different way. And after you've done that, you can notice your breath starts to slow and you get more relaxed. And you might have some thoughts that are coming into your head, and that's okay. Just allow these thoughts to come and get back into the present moment. After you've done this for a few seconds and dropped into your body, go ahead and grab an object. It can be anything as long as it can fit in your hands and feels comfortable. I have this rock here that I'm going to use. And first thing is we want to really lean back. So when we're forward, our body is thinking that we're giving. And when we're giving, we're not receiving. So leaning our body back and bringing the object into our lap. So again, we're not reaching for it, but it is being given to us so we can receive the pleasure. And then first just notice what the object is. Your hand is going to want to know, and that's okay. So this is a rock. And then you can close your eyes and drop into your body more and start touching this object in a more curious way. Touching this object so that your fingertips, so that your hands are receiving pleasure from touching it. This object is here for you, to relax you, to bring you bliss. And this time is for you. So by doing this, it relaxes our body, and we're allowing ourselves to feel with our hands in a different way. So I'm using different parts of my fingers, the fingertips, the insides of my fingers. I'm not thinking about what the object is, but I'm thinking about how it can give me the most pleasure in this moment. And as I'm doing this, I'm noticing that my breath is slowing. I notice my body arch forward a little bit, so I just want to bring it back because I'm receiving. And then whatever touch you're doing, you want to slow it down by about 50%. So I noticed that my hands were actually moving quite fast, and this is something that we do a lot while touching our partners or going about our day, is we're mindlessly touching. So we want to become very mindful in the touch that we're giving and the sensations that we are receiving. So slowing it down, remembering to breathe. And again, getting really curious. Now, spending enough time with this object that you really feel your body settle into it. And if you have another object, you can try another object. I have this. And again, starting with being really curious about the edges, the weight, the curves. How can you explore this object in a different way? And the deeper that you go into the touch and receiving the touch, you'll start to notice maybe different emotions that come up. It might bring you a lot of joy. It might bring you some euphoric sensations. You might even feel some sadness or some guilt for not slowing down and giving yourself the time to receive pleasure. And all those emotions are perfectly fine. They're just our body speaking to us and giving us messages. So just staying there with the touch, slowing it down, getting our needs met. And the longer we do this, the longer our body can relax and come to a rest. And when you feel complete with the object, go ahead and set it down, and then just take a few moments here to let that register in your body. This is actually, it seems quite simple, but it can bring a lot of new sensations to the body. It brings a lot of new awareness to the hands. So we just want to give a moment to really let that register. And as you start to develop these new sensory sensations on the hands and awaken the nerve endings, you can use this in every day. You can use this when you go to touch your partner with more awareness from your fingertips. You can do this when you go to grab an apple and feeling its smoothness. You can do this just about everywhere, and it will hopefully bring you a heightened sense of pleasure and make you feel really yummy. So if you like this exercise, go ahead and follow me at the Pleasure Plus, and I hope to see you soon.